If there are obstacles that you can't solve or the solution seems not fun to do, if there's a way you can avoid it until you break away and are off, that is going to be very helpful. Hi, welcome to another episode of Baktari MD. As you know, this season we're doing Crash CEO School, where we go over anything and everything that's going to help you become a better leader, better CEO in your company, organization, wherever you are. So we've covered a lot of topics this season. The last episode, which I really enjoyed doing, we talked about 3 hacks on how to delegate authority so you can focus on what you do best, right? Which is to work on your business, not in your business. So today I want to talk about something similar to that, which is how do you overcome obstacles that seem insurmountable or just big obstacles as you navigate your leadership role. Now, I'm not going to obviously be specific because every organization has different issues, different problems. Some are going to be huge, some are going to be life-threatening to your organization, some are going to be less. But I just want to go over a couple of hacks maybe on what to do when your back is against the wall and you really don't know how to deal with an issue. And I want to focus on 2 things mainly, okay? And those 2 things have been things that I have found over the course of many years has really come in handy when I really thought a problem was insurmountable. So the first one I want to talk about is when you have a problem like this is, number 1, often if you can, to walk away, meaning just walk away from the problem, especially if you have some time off like over the weekend or have a vacation coming up. If there are obstacles that you can't solve or the solution seems not fun to do, if there's a way you can avoid it until you break away and are off, that is going to be very helpful. It's an old joke about how people come up with the best ideas in the shower or on a beach somewhere, but it actually is so true. So overcoming challenges and obstacles, whether you're having an issue with a key employee, a key vendor, a product, sometimes just stepping away, just walk away from it, right? And live to fight another day. Because if you're forced to come up with a solution or a response that's not optimal, but you think you've got no other choice, you will be shocked how, you think the only option is A and B. But if you walk away from it, sometimes you'll understand there's also an option C that you just had never considered. And there is something about breaking away that really makes a difference. And really to add even more to this is really breaking away and going to a different location. And I want to actually say, the further you go, the more likely you are to get a response. So if you have a vacation planned or you have something coming up, really, and this thing can wait until you break away, the clarity you get from just being out of your daily grind, so even your own personal daily grind of dropping the kids off school or whatever it is, just if you can break away from that and then have a fresh look at the issue, the amount of insight you will have is often really amazing. So in a nutshell, if you really have a really horrible problem that you are struggling to come up with a solution and you've got the weekend off or you got a vacation coming up in a week or 2, if there's a way to delay it, it can do amazing things for you. And often during that trip or on the plane ride back, or actually the week you come back, you will have a level of clarity that you probably wouldn't have had. Sometimes you maybe rarely wind up making the same decision, but even then you feel more confident that this is really the only choice. So I want to put that option on your tool belt when you have one of these things.
Today, we have a bulletproof system that helps us close up to 80% of those inbound calls. Our high converting call class will teach you how to demonstrate your authority quickly without being pushy. We believe that many businesses out there can benefit from this, and we promise to help you achieve your revenue goals by converting more of your incoming calls into actual sales. For more information, please visit our website at highconvertingcallclass.com. Stop waiting for the sales to come to you. Put your revenue into your hands.
Okay, number 2, the second real cool thing to put on your tool belt is talk to other people, right? It's funny because you may be having lunch with a friend of yours who is in a completely different industry. But if you share this dilemma with them, or your personal trainer, or your the guy you play golf with, or the girl you meet for lunch with every week if you're in a group. Whatever it is, I'm shocked often how people who I would thought, well, they're not even in my industry, they can't even understand what I'm talking about. But sometimes they don't actually give you the solution, but they may say something in response to what you said, which triggers that aha moment. Because, sometimes it's people with the most naive perspective. And I say naive because they're not in your industry, right? It's often like, when you hear children talk, right? And you may mention a solution, and children who have a very simplistic way of looking at the world may spout out something, and you're like, wow, yeah, that actually makes sense. So think of it as other people in your industry don't have the sophistication, not because they're not sophisticated, but because this is not what they do, right? And having them view your problem through a lens that's more naive sometimes is really it can give you the answer. Sometimes you need a more naive and less nuanced perspective because you may be just too deep into it to see it. And everyone around you at work or at the office is also so deep into it. Sometimes it really requires someone who knows nothing about the industry. Now, obviously, you have to keep things confidential, and you have to pick the right person. So whether it's your parents, your in-laws, your brother, the barber, your bartender, you will be shocked, when you have this really pressing problem that you just have been banging your head, and you will have the most amazing insight when you share that with people who are outside of your industry, who normally you're like, well, listen, I don't want to burden them with my little headache at work or whatever. Obviously, this doesn't mean come home with every little thing, but when you have those really critical problems that you are just struggling with, I have found that really can make a difference. So, number 1, walk away. Number 2, share your dilemmas with other people in a professional manner without releasing any confidential information about the vendor, the person, whatever. Or sometimes do both, right? Walking away and sharing that information with others while you're away. So again, these are little tricks of the trade that may help you as you navigate your leadership role. All right. Well, if you like this kind of content, please don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much.